see which one to die, because I haven't played in a bit. I also might play Apollo Justice at some point soon, maybe. I don't know, again, because I really want to play that, but also we're very close to finishing this game, at least part of it. Because then at least if I feel like if I finish part of it and we get to an ending, I can come back and do other stuff later and focus on Apollo Justice. Or maybe I'll just carry over Apollo Justice if I feel like doing that in the stream. That might be too much for me. But we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna continue. Okay, I wanna make sure I didn't oversave everything. Fuck. Okay, we're back at it again. The frickin' the freaking main game. We're in it. We dealt with a lot. We dealt with swapping cards. I don't think we have the sacrifice card anymore. I think we're just a commoner. So the biggest thing now is figuring out who is the keymaster and who is the sacrifice. And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about all that stuff. So, let's see. First, we should discuss the 4 candidates. Who should survive and who can die. Yeah. Okie dokie. Seems you're ready. Keiji, I can't speak anymore. Shinogi, are you a fool or what? Have you forgotten that unlike the first main game, there have been many card trades? There's no need for worthless suspicion. We can reason out the sacrifice in Keymaster. If everyone speaks honestly. For how much you talk of allies, are you not being rather suspicious? At the very least, the sacrifice can't tell the truth, now can they? So it's fine to start with finding our 4 candidates. Uh-huh. Because those who aren't candidates can be honest. Yep. And also, if we prove what everyone else's cards are right now, voting is gonna be hell. It'll be pure blame throwing. That guy should die. This guy should die. It'll be cruel and leave no trace of any bonds we've got. I get it. Very well. If it'll protect your pitiful bonds, then I suppose I'll go along with this. And thus, allow me to say, so Hiyori, you're the most suspicious of all. Huh?
Please wait. So has contributed so much to helping us escape.
Yet it doesn't change that he can't be trusted. Everything in his history is unclear, unless you yourself speak your true colors. I will continue to. And I'm fine being the first candidate. After all, I am the sacrifice. What's that about? Were you listening? Talking about roles is for later. Was there rules against confessing your own? So I see. Sorry, Keiji. I just didn't feel comfy letting you take the initiative. I know. I'll nominate that next suspicious person. How about that? He's got some no good idea again. You can't. An approach where whoever's chosen can nominate the next person is just... Huh? Are you panicking, Miss Sarah? I'm not panicking. I nominate Kana.
Huh? That's... why?
Everyone should already understand this. She's easily tricked, timid and lacks ability. What does she even have besides sympathy? Wasn't it you who tricked and used her? After using her so cruelly, is so trying to betray her? So, you're giving Kana time to vindicate herself. Huh? Sure thing. Let's have a discussion about Kana's actions during the death game, so that we can trust her. Kana, first, she just holed up in So's room. Kana Kazuchi typically acted with him. Only so Hiyori can prove her actions. Let's see. Kana was dead weight the whole time. What a hindrance.
Hindrance?
Kana looks like she's pretty shocked to hear that. Couldn't blame her. Wrong one. I couldn't blame her. I'm sure you understand, Sarah. You can extract statements from them. Also, you've got a new weapon, too. Huh? You know from when we were searching together, your shrewd detective vision? When someone makes a statement, you might notice someone else having a reaction. I can do that? Now let's get to it, partner. Though, later in the trading phase, did seem like she was acting alone. Is that true? Well, through said latter half, I was knocked out, so I hardly got a clue. That case, I can't rely on him. Of course, I was Kana Kazuchi's conversation partner for a short time as well, but it could be said we didn't hit it off. I wasn't asking about that. Okay. Oop. I saw that. A little flash. Kana, are you too shocked to speak? But it seems like she's trying to say something. In that case, I just have to inspire Kana's heart. Oh shit, I forgot, guys. These weird little tapping things, I was just inspiring her. And then it's gonna drop down. And then it's gonna cross section. Oh. I inspired her. Kana, are you fine with him just saying that? It's fine, you can get mad. Let what's in your heart come right out.
Kana? She isn't a hindrance at all. Zoe's being mean, saying mean things just because he can do hacking, but wasn't Kana the one who did hacking first?
Huh? Hold your horses. How do you mean that? Kana did hacking? You never make yourself clear. Speak in a little more detail if you can.
Okay.
Oop.
Kana did some hacking way before So did any of his hacking.
What kind of hacking was it?
I figured out a password, breaking into someone else's things. That's called hacking, right?
Does that mean Kana's adept with computers too? You can't call something like that hacking. Don't misuse words you just learned. Alright, Sarah. Let's advance. Discussion like this. Oh, sorry. I'm very yawning. I've been like very tired all day. Yes. Extract statements to expand the discussion. Present items to use them as evidence, or have statements duke it out to find discrepancies. Oh, just like in the first one. Okay.
So had been fretting about it since yesterday. He was going, I don't know the password, taking his beanie off and putting it on. Suddenly I looked at So's hands and was struck by how clean he kept them even in these circumstances. And then I had an epiphany that there might be traces from the password being typed. So I figured out the password from finger marks left on the keys.
I extracted a new statement. So what is it now? Say we'll learn the password because of finger marks that were left behind.
Does this mean that Kana's adept with computers too? I heard they taught programming in middle school now, but to think they even teach hacking.
I'm pretty sure they don't.
But what password could it have been? When I heard that, I could only think of the password to start up the laptop.
It's really concerning. We don't have much time for discussion. Then how about you explain everything yourself, So? I am explaining. Explaining what a useless girl Kana is. Okay, let me look at my names. Or not my names. 4 papers, 4 for just passive actions. I didn't want to do that. So witness Kyutaro placing the cards. Tablet. Tablet, you can check the real card. Found it. Oh wait, that's Kyutaro's tablet. Stun gun. Supposed stun gun. It's dangerous, so Jin and I took it in secret. Victim video. The victim video now had it. Lisa died the first time. Ran in front of KG. Okay, so I'm thinking. I feel like that's a nothing statement. I think these conflict. Both now and Kana's, at least. Yes.
Kana, could it be that you didn't use the laptop to hack? But rather you solved the password for the laptop itself? Yes?
I see. Before the laptop was handed to So, I was the last one to enter the password. And my fingers left marks. Little bits of dirt when I pressed the keys. When did you solve the password?
It was before the trading phase began.
Hold on a second. Don't you think that sounds funny, Sarah? Does it? I don't remember. I mean, So shared the laptop with us, so he could learn the password, didn't he? But according to you, you peeked inside before sharing the laptop with everybody.
Yes.
And there's no reason to join forces.
That's wrong. So wanted an opportunity to reconcile with everyone.
Kana, sorry to say, but there was another reason.
Huh?
Why did So share the laptop with us? He awakened to goodness? No. He wanted to be friends? No. To view the Sarah folder? I feel like that's the only thing that makes sense. Because I don't know. To look in the Sarah folder on the laptop. Yep, that's gotta be it. The Sarah folder had a separate password, which was the name of Sarah's mother. You gotta be kidding. So, you accepted my deal without saying nothing about this? Huh? What of it? Why you? Hold on a second. What deal is this? Don't sweat it. It's just between us. I don't think so. I thought it was strange from the get-go. But it seems there was a deal going on behind the sharing of the laptop. Have you tell us everything about this suspicious deal? Progress. I went to So and asked him to share the laptop. I was surprised. Kyutaro said he would give me his tokens in exchange.
The two talked to each other, separated by So's bedroom door. Kana heard it too.
Did you hear me?
So said that's not a bad deal. He also said maybe we'll reconcile, so Kana got really happy.
Kana still believes in the goodness of So. I mean, I had a responsibility, you know? When the token gathering subgame started, I gathered more tokens than anybody to survive. Even the laptop I managed to get my hands on, handed over in exchange for So's tokens. I was possessed by the need for tokens back then, you hear? Is that really the only reason? Obviously. You think So blackmailed me or something? There ain't nothing. Blackmail? Is it really nothing? I didn't intend to hear him out, but Kyutaro was so serious. I just couldn't turn him down. It turned out to be a good trade. Don't give me that scary look. You benefited from getting to see the laptop for free, right, Miss Sarah? Okay, so same thing. You think So blackmailed me or something? There ain't nothing. The two times. Okay. Yeah. I do think he blackmailed you. I knew there was something, and once blackmail was brought up, I'm like, there's got to be something sus about him. Kyutaro, was there really no opportunity for blackmail? What you saying? We acquired a certain video. Footage from the first floor security cameras.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
It was all clearly pictured. Kyutaro placing the roll cards, and so seeing him do it. This isn't blackmail material? What is?
No way. Kyutaro was the one who placed the cards?
Masogowewa was a traitor? A traitor? Is that really the case? Or was there some other circumstance? Ironically, it's because of my improved intuition that I don't understand. How could someone like Kyutaro be a traitor? Why'd you go and do a thing like that? Where did you get the cards, Kyutaro? Please say something. Kyutaro? Security cameras. What do you mean? Huh? We should have searched every inch of the first floor. Did anybody find any security cameras? I mean... Of course we did. Think you better be honest, or you're gonna lose people's trust in what you say. Sure, no one's able to discover cameras, but still. You were caught on camera. It's the only proof we need. Must be a puppet show. Huh? If you think about it, we've been getting tricked left and right. Fake Reiko, fake Mishima AI. Kidnappers can move around fakes of us whenever and however they like. You mean... Looks like you got tricked, Sarah. Script by the kidnappers, actors are fakes. Fell for a fake movie put on by dolls. I don't know what you guys saw, but it was all a trap, I tell you. Learn your lesson. But... Talk about a disadvantage. Preparing fakes to trick us was a stellar move by our enemies. Huh? And I can't take Kyutaro lightly either. Looks like you've been talked down for once, Miss Sarah. Anyway, told you about the deal between me and So. And I mean, after we all looked at the laptop, I was passed out the whole time. There's gotta be someone more suspicious than me. I don't know. I mean, I get, like, they could have used the doubles, but also him being, like... It's the classic thing that I remember in Danganronpa games where, like, but you have no proof, so I'm safe. Like, they always have that, like, cocky thing. He got cocky, you know, he took off his hat. I don't know why. I want to double down. I feel like I gotta double down. Hold on. Why did you pass out in the room of Rebel in the first place, Kyutaro? Well, I don't remember. No way. It's true. Got no memory of the moment I entered that room. When I woke up, it was the main game. That's a rude awakening.
So surely someone else knocked him out?
Then we should find out who did it. They got to be a villain. The last time I saw Kyutaro healthy wasn't when we were looking at the laptop. Wasn't it when we were looking at the laptop? Then, after the sacrifice was passed to me, I started to panic and ran off to get tokens. Right. I didn't see Kyutaro after that. If I can determine everyone else's actions at the time... Interesting. Why don't we all give our alibis at that time? We started the laptop. There were 6 of us in the lobby. Me, So, Ghana, Sarah, Geiji, and Alice. Sarah, what you doing? We continued to look at that laptop after you took off running. Though there wasn't much.
After we were done looking at the laptop, Kana went to deliver the laptop to So.
Friendly policeman stayed in the lobby for a little while. Wasn't feeling well and ran to the bathroom. Talked with Miss Now on the way.
Right. I talked with So about our plan to hack the fake Professor Mishima.
I was searching in the pitch black first floor. Okay. So I think now and so. Hold up. Assuming we want to continue with that. After our viewing, we went searching on our own again. Tell you this, I'm not the culprit. Don't base judgment on an appearance and imprisonment. I was thinking I'd go back to the third floor, but there was a nuisance in the way. The laughing doll Sue Maiwi. It was scary. So Jin was on the first floor until I reunited with him in the Room of Lies. People came by the lobby now and then, so I can verify their alibis. Any other questions, cute little detective? He's kinda in high spirits. I think it's because of the plan went well that our escape plan could progress. So it was really dependable then, and yet... Specifically, we talked about our hacking plan. Kana came to deliver the laptop during our chat. Thought about having Kana join the plan, but she promptly went off somewhere. It's my alibi, pretty much. Pretty amazing it could knock out Kyutaro. Stun guns are dangerous stuff. Huh? That statement just now.
So was talking with Now at the Rune Corner.
About what?
Sorry, kinda just gave So the laptop and left right away, so... She was worried about Sarah, so kinda went looking around for her alone.
Is that so? Can I not extract anything from that? Why would So know that? No one else is mentioning stun guns. After the sound of the trade and you leaving, Sarah, I went back to searching too. After talking to Keiji in the lobby, I went to the room of Rebel, then lost consciousness. I want to say I couldn't move all of a sudden and bumped my head on the wall, but... Okay. Yeah, I feel like if he's bringing up the stun gun, we gotta do the stun gun, but I just want to make sure. You know the weapon used well, So. Huh? I quietly took the stun gun from the scene, so only Jin and I knew that Kyutaro was attacked with a stun gun. The only other person who would know is the culprit. Most unexpected slip-up. So Hiyori could use a stun gun to knock Kyutaro Hamburger out. Yes, it was you. I give. You found me out so easily.
So...
Sorry, I didn't want anyone getting in the way of the hacking plan we were preparing. When he suddenly entered the room, I went and used it without thinking. What'd you find a dangerous twing like that? Can't seem to recall. Something feels off. You'd really have to be at your wit's end to use a single-use stun gun. Is there something more going on between Kyutaro and So? That's enough. Just knowing who the culprit is enough.
That can't...
Might be pointless to push any further. So's got no intention of explaining himself. For now, we should spare time for someone else. Indeed. Only now do we have the time to suspect each other.
Even if it's hard to say, we have to say it.
You mean, doubting so we can trust? That's right. Be brave and talk, everybody. Let's discuss if there's anyone besides So who's acted suspicious. If I have to say something, now Ekokoro's actions had me wondering a bit. She was in the Room of Lies for quite a while.
There's this video I've been curious about. So there's a certain someone I suspect a little.
Actually, while I was switching to Dark First 4, I saw a weird video. Pretty curious about Jin's actions myself. Why do you know how to get to the first floor? There was a guy with glasses and something like an axe swung at his head. Then he said Big Sis Sarah's name. It can't be that video? Of course, I don't suspect you of anything. I got scared and left the room right away, but I'm sure that it was a victim video. I'm noticing a secret door just by searching the room. A rebel had me tilting my head a bit. Tilting. You need better nose than a police dog to do that. If Jin has the sense and smell of both a dog and a cat, then, just as a reminder, Jin's a human. Actually, this video, when I first watched it, I was too scared to look. So I used the fake Professor Mishima's monitor to play it again. What sort of video was this? Well, it's possible it was just faked, right? So I don't want to say anything irresponsible. I won't know unless you tell me. Well, look, it's the video I watched with you before, Sarah. A video I saw with her? Yet now its strangeness is easily explained by the presence of the fake Mishima. There's no reason to suspect now Ego Koro. He seems to kind of favor now. Okay, so his is bunk. Jin is talking about victim videos. His is nothing. I think maybe... I feel like we're supposed to do this. Yes, nice. Now, you're talking about this victim video, aren't you? The one I dropped. Yes, that's exactly right. There's a woman tied up by chains and this terrifying device started up. Just like that, the woman died. And there's a man in front laughing from behind. He looked like the policeman. To me, it looked like he left the woman to die. Huh. Shocking story. But could always be a forgery. Then why don't we ask? Keiji, is that video real? Or do you deny it? I'm doubting you so we can believe you. Keiji, I want to know the truth of that video too. Sarah, it's looking like it'll be faster if you press the issue. Eh? Sure, Keiji won't open his mouth for his dear Miss Sarah. Expose the true colors he's kept hidden so long. Counting on you. Expose Keiji by my own hand? I don't want to fight you, Sarah, but, well, can't let him mislead me. I'll choose the words I can refute and talk back. Let's discuss the victim video now saw. How about? Sacrifice video show the first trials in that fight. What does this mean? Do we know it well? I don't think we do know it well, right? No, none of us have heard about what your first trial was yet, Keiji. Please don't lie like so. Boy, that's a shocking comparison to hear. Sorry. I'll reflect on that. Was our scaredy cat now able to look right at the video? Maybe she averted her eyes in fear. It happens. If she saw it alone, I'm sure she could have made a mistake. But she didn't, did she? Unfortunately, I also watched it with her once in the monitor room. There's no mistake, Keiji. So I see. See your friendly policeman nice and clearly? Can't really make a great call from a backside view. It's no good to suspect people over dubious information. You were in it. My face and full body. Well, it was just the back of your head, but wonder if you'd call that clear. That was a failure.
what Kyutaro said. Couldn't it be sort of a fake movie? Shouldn't you suspect it, then turn around and believe this one? Should be no difference between the two after all.
There isn't a zero difference between them. Security camera footage had no sound. I admit, it's weak evidence, but you can't talk about them like they're identical.
Makes some sense. Okie dokie, I'll admit that. There's no relation between that woman and me, is there? Seems there is one wherever you do the first trial as a pair. Friend, sister, student, any sort of connection.
About that, the woman in the video was wearing a police uniform. You're a policeman too, Keiji. Is this just coincidence?
I give.
Damn well better give, like...
Give up. I can't beat you, Sarah.
Please, tell us everything, Keiji.
Video was real. Victim video now saw, and it was also my first trial. Woman's name was Megumi Sasahara. She was my boss ever since I joined the force.
Backstory. Yo! Brown hair. Crazy. I'm Keiji Sonogi. Been assigned here starting this week. It's good to meet you. Good to meet you too. I'm Megumi Sasahara. I suppose this makes me your trainer. Well, pretty impressive for your age, Shinogi. Yes, ma'am. But you might be a bit too serious. Even if you have stamina, you have to think about how to spend it, or it won't last. I heard you were rather elite, Miss Megumi. Why would you serve as a trainer for the likes of me? I wonder indeed. I have high hopes for you. Yes, ma'am.
But then came the day of my nightmares. Oop. I shot a person. The criminal in this certain case.
Miss Megumi. What? Why am I not being punished? I've killed a person. In self-defense, yes. But the criminal wasn't even holding a weapon. That's just what the law says. You've done nothing wrong. Miss Megumi, I heard you make a backroom deal. So what? Get back to your duty. You're police.
She's the benefactor who protected me. I'll never forget it. I owed her the worst kind of debt. Left her to die. No, but I killed her. Megumi.
Mr. Policeman, get a hold of yourself.
Sorry for keeping quiet, everyone. Truth is, your friendly policeman's not a policeman anymore.
Keiji. Surprised. What a dangerous individual we've had lurking in our midst.
If you vote for me, I won't complain.
No.
Everyone? Speaking of voting, I think it's about time to decide who you'll vote for and which four should enter the final vote.
No, wait. That was way too quick.
Well, you need time to work out the card traits this time, you see.
Precisely. Choosing a victim without a satisfactory discussion is not an outcome we desire either. Then what do we do? Kyutaro, So, Keiji? Can't really say you're not suspicious.
Hold up. Don't we need one more person, though?
Troubling, huh? If it's down to 3 options, it'll make our choices that much narrower. We gotta suspect someone again? Then maybe it's better to think of who to leave out from the final vote. Who to leave out? It's a good idea, Jin. Will we? If you aren't chosen in the preliminary vote and are dropped out, because you can no longer be chosen, there's no need to lie anymore. Indeed, that could be our greatest ally. Of course, if you're the sacrifice, works against you. Got it. Let's talk about who we want to weave out. I think Big Cicella should be left out, because she's super dependable for reasoning. She needs someone out with lots of tokens, like Yutaro. How about we leave out Jin, since he doesn't have any tokens? Shouldn't be selecting Jin or Kana. Sacrificing a kid's no good at all. So should be left out. He did say he had the sacrifice card at the start.
I have to say, I'd be glad if Sarah was left out.
Right. If we're leaving someone out, I think I'd say Miss Sarah too. So wait, I think it's just Sarah should be left out. So should be left out. We shouldn't be selecting Jin or Kana. Sacrificing the kid's no good. Yeah. Okay. So ideally, Kana and I'm gonna touch are left out. There's been a bunch of card trading this time. It's possible Kyutaro with all his tokens was involved in at least one trade. And giving his tokens to So, that subject could really influence the discussion. Should leave him out to extract info. Because you're so darn cute. What do you think I was gonna say? When our escape failed, I looked at you and had a thought. She's acting kinda strange. At this desperate look. As if you had the sacrifice. On top of that, last minute trade right after our escape failed? Just a tad suspicious, isn't it? I wanna know the truth about you, Miss Sarah. Just listen. He's the best person to leave out. Is someone who's very likely to have the sacrifice. The sacrifice comes around to you. You can trade it away if you have tokens, right? But Jin has 0 tokens. If Jin had the sacrifice even once, he wouldn't be able to trade it. So there's a high chance he's the sacrifice. Suspicious actions have had a purpose. By earning hate and losing trust, he's been gathering votes toward himself. So it's best we simply leave him out and have him sit in the corner of the room. If he's the sacrifice, he could vote twice for himself though, so he'll end up being selected. Oh wait. If he's the sacrifice, he can vote twice for himself though, so he'll end up being selected. Indeed, how nasty. Oh.
My reason, because you're the one I want to live the most, no matter what.
Okay. Someone out with lots of tokens like Yutaro, Sarah being left out. Oh, I ain't trying to look like a good person. I just feel like once we lose our sensibilities, we're gonna turn into demons. If it's gonna come to that, then pick me, Sarah. So, are these in conflict with each other? Like, Jin gets... Okay. I don't know. I just felt like it was something also... I'm gonna save it just in case. Since this is one where I'm getting a bit iffy. I do have a tablet. I wonder if I can... Is this it? No. I'm dumb. I don't know. I like, hers... Like...
God, I can't think at all today. Like, her statement changed once we did it. If it sacrificed even once, he wouldn't be able to trade it. Maybe that's what it is? No. I'm at that state again where I'm like, I don't know what we're doing. Wait. Did you see that? What was that? Hold on. You have to click it when you see it happen. Okay, I get it. Cause I noticed the little flicker, but I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? What do I do with this? Kitaro, is something the matter? It's been a trade just before the main game. Is that true? Huh? Yes, it's true. Which means, yeah, just maybe. Figured out who's got the sacrifice. What? How could you possibly know that from what we just... Kitaro. I know. Everybody, listen up. I'm the Keymaster. Huh? Yeah. Daring to say it before voting. What's this all of a sudden? I can't tell where you're going with this. Would say that, huh, Sarah? Huh? Sorry for taking the Keymaster from you. Does he mean... The sacrifice card you got sent is mine, Sarah. It's Kyutaro who sent me the sacrifice? You still got the sacrifice now, ain't that right? What's he talking about? I have a commoner card now. Taro's making a false accusation here. Stay calm. What do I do? Do I want to use that? I feel bad for trying to use it, but also at the same time, it gets flack off my back. You really think I'm the sacrifice? Yeah. Then just leave me out of the vote. Don't be misled, guys. Sacrifice gets 2 votes. She puts those 2 votes toward herself, she's getting selected. In other words, if I'm not selected, that will be proof. Either way, nobody vote for Miss Sarah and we'll have proof. I would like that, but it's about time we proceed with the vote. Please, wait. Can we decide on such an important vote with so much still unclear?
Oh, we can't just sort it out in such a short time?
What do we do? One of these candidates is going to end up the victim, remember? We really should discuss some more.
Sure don't know when to give up. Time is up. Please select the 4 who will remain for the final vote. Enter your votes, please.
I mean, we know we're not the sacrifice. We got the commoner thing. I don't know if So has it, but I don't like So. So I'm voting for So. Fuck you, So. Him and Kyutaro are suspicious of it, but I think it makes sense if Kyutaro doesn't have it, but I don't know how many things got swapped around in between. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so there's 8, 9 votes. That means either 3 people voted for So, or So voted for himself.
No, because Alice said he was going to vote for So. So I think that means, like, me, Alice, and somebody else voted for So. That means Keiji, Kana, and Now could have voted for themselves. This is a really wild grouping. The first vote is over, and I wasn't chosen. Relief. I can feel my strained nerves loosening. But why these four? Sarah, you. Just like I said, I'm not the sacrifice, I'm a commoner. Four will advance to the final vote. So Hiyori. Kana Kizuchi. Keiji Shinogi. Now Egokoro.
Why me? This isn't right.
I know this to spare myself. I mean, you can't have a conversation when you feel like this, which is why it's my role to inspire them, like Keiji did for me the first main game. Lift your heads up. We've always done what we had to do. No matter how cruel it is, you can't stop.
But
Kana, we're not your enemies. Even if someone is the sacrifice, we move in the same direction. We talk and we advance the discussion.
Sarah,
Right you are. The real battle begins here. Everyone. Alright. First, it's time for those of us who weren't picked to guide a discussion. Incidentally, I am a commoner. Be at ease. Alice is a commoner too? Muscle Guoa. It's not the time to shrivel up. Let's remember the codways in order. Yeah. Okay, so me and Alice are commoners. Kyutaro is apparently Keymaster. Then we're a commoner, and we don't know what Jin is. I'm hoping a commoner. Now please grasp your fate with your own hands. May you not all perish.
Now we will have in-depth discussions on the card trades, understood?
Swipey, leave it to us. Gashu sat quietly in the chair again. 4 trades made in total. That ain't that many. By the way, I've been a commoner the whole way. Didn't get traded even once. Trading cards requires 50 tokens. It's not just as if anyone could do it. Okay, my cloud is still 80. So I'm gonna save here just in case. Honestly, it's all a mess in my head. Glad we got given more time to sort it out.
Token ranking, as I recall, put Kyutaro Hamburger in first and Jin Ibushi in last. Now Ekagura was also low ranking. Of all the 4 candidates, I suppose Now was the only one who lacked the tokens to make a trade.
My heart was pounding wondering when I'd get past a bad card. But my world didn't change up to the very end. I made it through all 5 trades. There we go. I think there were 5 trades, not 4. But he was knocked out for the last trade. Masagura, that's wrong. What? There were 5 trades. 5? Wait, by my memory, there were 3 trades. Then I heard there was one just before the main game. I get it. You misunderstood, Kyutaro. There were 2 trades while you were out. What? That don't make no sense. That's all lying. Sorry, but nobody's given me an explanation. Oh, well, that's on us.
Kyutaro Hamburger, when was it you passed Sarah Chido in the sacrifice card? In fact, did you have the sacrifice to start?
Nah, that ain't it. First card I had was Commoner. I get it. That tells me the most of the trades. What? I don't have a clue. Why is that? Because your friendly policeman made the first trade.
What did you say? Who'd you trade with and what?
I gave Sarah the Keymaster.
Huh?
Then, what card did Sarah start with?
I have no reason to lie, but at first I was a commoner. Traded Keymaster for commoner?
And I deepened our trust doing it. Let's do a little sort out. First trade, I passed the Keymaster into Sarah's hands. Second trade, what got traded?
Someone sacrificing Kyutaro's commoner. Because if Kyutaro was a commoner, someone got his. Exactly.
Someone's sacrifice was swapped with Kyutaro's commoner. Then in the third trade, Sarah's Keymaster and Kyutaro's sacrifice were swapped. Yep, that's what it means.
Muscle Gorilla, tell us everything you can remember. You have an obligation to properly explain us to the third trade. At the time of the third trade, I was searching the Force 4 alone, so I want to know the situation. I should tell you, the third trade occurred when everyone was sharing the laptop. These trades, I'd better keep them sorted out in my head too. Now sort out the details of trades. Oh wow, and our clout went up. Sort out. Oh! Further, those further to the, I didn't even read any of that. Okay, let's get this all straight. The top row of the table is what the cards everyone had to start with. These further to the right had more tokens to spend in broad strokes at least. Oop. The next row is what cards everyone had after the first trade. Below that is after the second trade, after the third trade, and so on and so forth. So the bottom row is after the fifth trade. In other words, the rolls they ended up with. Of course, this is all guesswork. I'll rework it if any new information comes up. So I guess the only important thing is... Okay. Wait, so that's the first trade. Ponder. At the time I was with Keiji in the first floor kitchen listening to someone else talk. I guess maybe I have to extract this stuff. Kitaro, why aren't you talking? I was off doing all this stuff by myself. I want to see the laptop. What stuff did you do exactly? It's not relevant right now. Third trade occurred when everyone was sharing the laptop. Remembering that photo on the laptop still makes my heart quake. But what's important now is that card trade. In the end, it was mutual betrayal. Kyutaro Hamburger, despite being right there, he traded a sacrifice to you. Such a cold-blooded man. Don't speak of bonds to me. Huh? Something strange here. Oop, hello? Why won't you deny it, Kyutaro? What? I mean, you need a ring-up box to trade. If he used one on the spot, shouldn't we have seen him do it? What could he be hiding? Open your heart! I'm gonna press on it until the game says you don't have to press on it anymore. Is that enough pressing? Did we do it? Be as silent as you want, it's no use. Aye. Spit it all out, Kyutaro.
Meant to cooperate. With Sarah, with everyone. But I got used for convenience. I'm pathetic. Pathetic adult. My third trace. My sacrifice being sent to Sarah. Wasn't me. It was So's doing.
Say what? I don't know what you're talking about.
So knew. He knew I had the sacrifice. What? When everybody was sharing the laptop. So wasn't going to use the toilet. He went to use a ring-up box to trade my sacrifice and Sarah's keymaster.
Don't know a thing about that. But wait a second. He chose 2 other people and made them trade? You can do that?
It must be possible, huh?
So you can say that with confidence.
So, isn't it about time you confess? Tell us the real reason for sharing the laptop.
Such a deeply suspicious individual, KG. Denying a foam. Discussion is stuck in an equilibrium, failing to come to an agreement.
How about I hear the truth from your mouth?
About what? Between these statements these two give, I should either affirm correct ones or deny incorrect ones. Taro couldn't do the 3rd trade. It's on the toilet, so I couldn't either. Exactly, because he was with us.
Question is, how did you know the sacrifice?
Just rolling on ahead with this assumption I knew, huh?
Did you learn about Kitaro's sacrifice by hacking? Couldn't I just take a peek and do that?
Precisely, you saw it directly. Kitaro's intent was to negotiate with So. As a condition for his trade, he showed So his sacrifice card. It's natural to think that.
Such an active imagination, Miss Sarah. How about you use that imagination to consider what the negotiation was like? Kitaro started to negotiate outside of So's bedroom.
Huh?
Were you watching or what?
Yes, even So's already recognized to that fact.
That's right. How did So react to Kitaro's proposition? Must have let him in the room quickly after they struck the deal. I'm not brave enough to let Kitaro in.
Exactly. You're frail, So. You surely wouldn't have that courage. Is that meant to be a provocation? Oh wait, I should have said... I should have done deny, I meant to do deny. Or, adults are too cool-headed. No, you were brave. And I was trembling like a puppy. Miss Sarah, don't lump strangers in with weirdly powerful high school girls like yourself. What do you mean weirdly powerful? Can't upset the balance, let's start over. Okay, so at least we know. Yes, you did that. Okay. Yep. Right, he promptly invited him in to talk. Hey, you know Kitaro despises me quite a bit. So would I really throw caution to the wind and open the door for him? That wasn't right? Okay. No, I'm sure So was on guard. Kitaro had taken the laptop from him once before. So wouldn't let him in the room, no questions asked.
Then, did they make a deal through the door? How amusing. I just thought of a way.
Kitaro slipped the tablet under the door. That's it exactly. That's what Kitaro did to propose this deal. So must have been fairly wary of Kitaro, so he could best him before using force. I know I misread that somehow. So Kitaro informed him that there was a sacrifice, that he was the sacrifice in advance. Not vocally, but by showing him his tablet.
So, you had yet another objective, on top of the tokens in the Sarah folder, to control the sacrifices you wanted. You got it.
After the second trade, me and Kana were working on the escape plan. Then I heard Kitaro walk through the door. Want to make a deal, he said. I didn't care to listen, but he slid his tablet under the door. And there I saw it. Sacrifice. How brave of him to go as far as offering up his info so I'd share the laptop.
What do you know? Sarah, you saw that first floor security footage, right? Well, it's the truth. I haven't discussed my first trial, have I? It's one absurd trial, I tell you. They told me set up props used for the death game.
Then it's true? You set up the cards?
Yeah, of course, I didn't know what they meant. Once I found out, I knew Kai's fate was set. It's like I killed him. Kai took the sage card I placed at random. That's why I at least wanted to get Kai's laptop back. One more time.
Such an emotional story. So that's what drove you to give me a whole 100 tokens. But 100? That's enough for 2 trades. Are you insane? But you left yourself enough for just 1 trade. How cunning. Pretending to risk your life but not forgetting to protect yourself. What a dirty adult you are.
Say again.
All told, you left yourself an escape route. If you were in a pickle, you could pass the sacrifice away from yourself. That's why I decided to act first. To send the sacrifice to someone else. To Miss Sarah, always thinking of her allies. Is that the truth of the 3rd trade? I was hopeful it might make you tear off your sheep's clothing. Why does he do all this to me? But you went above and beyond my expectations. Huh? 4th trade was you, wasn't it, Miss Sarah? What do you mean by that? And the sacrifice is what killed Joe, yes? I didn't have enough tokens. I couldn't do any trades. No tokens? That's hard to believe. Quiet, Wona. I was with Big Cicero for the 4th trade.
So was I. Sarah didn't do any trade then.
Well then. Must have been an ally who did it for you. Keiji, you took the sacrifice card from Miss Sarah, didn't you? What?
What's the meaning of this?
It's really very simple. 2 of them were accomplices. Huh? Miss Sarah and Keiji formed a terrifying plan involving the sacrifice. To achieve victory in the main game, by way of said sacrifice. They schemed to escape by working together and having Keiji win the vote. I suspect the 5th trade that followed was Miss Sarah and Keiji making a bluff. They just picked 2 random commoners to have a trade. Then you say Keiji Shinogi has the sacrifice. That's all a wild fabrication. The sacrifice I had was taken away by the 5th trade. So spouting nonsense to lead everyone by the nose. My reasoning is correct. Keiji is the sacrifice, and the sage is Miss Now, perhaps? I'm the sage? Yep. So it may be fine to have Miss Now die this time.
Well, wait a second. At the start, you said you were the sacrifice.
Yep, that was a lie. I'm a commoner.
No way. Then wouldn't you be in the same vote as me?
Huh. I see. Guess choosing anybody but Keiji is the same in the end. And let's vote for Kana, since she's the least valuable.
So?
Enough. It's been a long time since I've hated somebody this much. Here's a friendly little police report. I long since used up my tokens. You want us to just believe that? So, you're just dying to say I ended up being the sacrifice, aren't you? Fortunately, I'm the Keymaster. Huh? What are you saying? Keymaster is Kyutaro, though. Looks like we got him good. My real role is the sage. What the fuck is going on? Then who gave me the sacrifice? What is happening? What is happening? I don't understand. Like, I mean, it's not like there's no way Kyutaro didn't get the sage.
But, like... Wait, hold on. But if you're the Keymaster, you can't disclose you're the Keymaster. Did he get... Does Keiji have the sacrifice? Gyutaro's the sage? Ridiculous. That's impossible. It's possible, alright. As the sage, I'm making an announcement. Keiji's without a doubt the Keymaster. It can't be true. That's all. You're right on track to think accomplices. But it wasn't Sarah and I teamed up with. It's Gyutaro. Let's tell the truth of the fourth trade, shall we? Trade between Mr. Policeman and Gyutaro. Please explain this. First, when So betrayed me with the sacrifice, I went stomping around in a rage. When I heard what happened, I proposed to Gyutaro that we team up.
So in the fourth trade, you two traded your cards?
The fourth trade Choa ended up punishing the Wono now. Hold on, Gyutaro. Weren't you passed out during the fourth trade? Yeah, like, this is... Like... So I received 100 of Gyutaro's tokens used for... Wait. So is it more like... okay, so that means... I became Keymaster. He became a commoner, but then... he got the sacrifice from So. And then I got the sacrifice on the third trade, making him the Keymaster. This doesn't make sense. Because on this one, if he got Keymaster and he was Sage, that wouldn't make sense. Because, like, they're lying. They're lying. They're lying. And I learned about the sacrifice. That said, when I first spotted him, I just pacified him since he was pissed. But I ended up talking with Gyutaro and we thought things over. The fourth trade, I traded my card with Gyutaro's Keymaster. But actually, I went out and did this trade myself while Gyutaro was passed out. Seems Gyutaro figured it out during the main game. Was able to put the story together. It's all owed to the power of that card. Even noticing Gyutaro's Keymaster. I've told Mr. Policeman was burning with desire to see justice carried out. Use a whole 50 tokens to get the trade cards with Muscle Gorilla just to defeat the Rona. Huh? Before Mr. Policeman said he didn't have any tokens at the fourth trade. Then he couldn't have traded. That's true. Oh. Unless he had. Seeing that you're acting funny, Sarah, I was convinced the sacrifice had moved to you. When I didn't let it stand, I decided to knock him down and take my tokens back. Keiji noticed me then and came to talk. Persuaded me to give it up. Didn't know what So was thinking after all. So I trusted Keiji and had him take custody of all my remaining tokens. All of them? Okay. Then these two would be in conflict then, right? You gave him all your tokens? Sure did. Seems like that landed way outside So's ballpark. Shut up. Running out of leeway, are we? I've still got doubts. I can't be convinced with just that. After all, Keiji, why were you able to know about Gyutaro having the Keymaster? Isn't the only way to do that during the main game with the Sage's power of clairvoyance? Huh. So you still don't know. Okie dokie. Let's resume the discussion. Able to extract a new state from the So. I just have to keep going. trade.
Why can't you make a proper trade, KG Shinogi? Wait, okay. Seeing through to the Keymasters, isn't that the only way during the main game? The only way to do that during the main game with the Sage's power of clairvoyance? I don't know if this would work. Okay, yeah. It wouldn't. But, like, I'm guessing if his changed, there has to be something else. Conflict then? Power that card, you don't mean... Yeah, the Sage's clairvoyance. Of course. The Sage could use clairvoyance? Even outside the main game? That's what the tablets are for. You intentionally didn't mention it? Reveled all the mysteries now. This should prove it. Mr. Policeman used clairvoyance to see Kitaro's Keymaster. Then I made the 4th trade to swap Kitaro's Keymaster and my Sage. Now, there isn't even a need to discuss the 5th trade anymore. Convinced of your victory earlier, you confessed I'm a commoner. Any other questions? No, there's something odd about KG's story. Come clear if I look back at the trade so far. The card I had first was Commoner, KG was Keymaster. Then in the first trade, Keymaster was sent to me and my Commoner to KG. Yes? Next, the second trade. Sacrifice went to Kyutaro and his Commoner went to someone else. Next, the third trade. So initiated a trade that sent me the Sacrifice and Kyutaro the Keymaster. And then the fourth trade, the Keymaster went to KG and Sage to Kyutaro? The part that's strange enough sure is the Sage card. That's right, the Sage is out of place. KG should have been a commoner the whole time. So why did KG have the Sage at the time of the fourth trade? That must mean... No, KG's first card wasn't the Keymaster. He's lying about having the Sage. No, that's not it. Because KG was able to see that Kyutaro had the Keymaster. So it's true that he had the Sage, but the trades don't make sense like this. How? What? KG's first card being the Keymaster was a lie. Wait. Oh. Wait, so Kyutaro was Keymaster the whole time. Convinced Kyutaro to swap to get Sarah's trust? What the fuck? What is this? Can't trust no one. So his clairvoyance let him see who had the Keymaster from the beginning, too. Just why in the first trade, you could make me and the person with the Keymaster trade. But if he did that, hasn't he been lying to me this whole time? Are you really gonna vote for So? Now? Something's not right. We should discuss this a little more. Stop it. Aren't you a candidate? You won't have to get picked. I'm afraid too. But I just get a weird feeling. Are we sure Soul is really a commoner? And that KG is Keymaster? Now, something's odd. Exactly right. There's still mysteries remaining. In the fifth trade, why did someone trade for the sacrifice I had? And the other party was a commoner. This isn't a problem we can ignore. Yeah, this fifth trade, we should talk about it some. By any chance, we picked the sacrifice. We're done for, you know. We shouldn't need any more discussion. KG?
Digging up old conclusions? Just gonna make us more lost. It's your turn to die, so... Oh! Oh! Alright, well that's the stream for... No. That's how this will end. No. We can't do that, KG. As long as we have time, we should seek the truth. They said the name of the game! I wish they said the full name. Now it's your turn to die. Death game by majority, so... Alright. Let's do it. We'll discuss the roles of the 4 who are in the final vote. Okay.
There's someone who moved her sacrifice via the 5th trade.
Keiji Sonogi was the keymaster. The sacrifice should be So, Kana, or Now, yes? Is Iwona really a Kamino? Should we believe that?
So alright. So was convinced that the whole time that Sarah traded away the sacrifice.
In other words,
Kana or Now, which of them would have the sacrifice?
I don't believe it. Keiji and Kyutaro are lying. Okay. So... Oh, I was trying to wonder why Reiko was here the whole time, but I'm assuming if we actually had Reiko saved, we'd have a bit of a different setup going on here. So, let's look at this then. Sacrifice. Someone takes the... Okay. They trade, but then in the end... Someone sacrifices with me. Now there's only Keymaster, Sage, and Sacrifice that are the specialty cards. If we're going with Commoner... Okay, wait. Okay, I'm trying to piece this all together. So, I trade Keymaster for Kyutaro's Commoner. Or his Commoner for my Keymaster. Or my Commoner for his Keymaster. Then... God, this is... I don't like the way this is set up. It's hurting my head, but, like, I need to understand this. The only people that could be commoners are... Now So, and then Kana, Alice, Now, and Jin. If Jin is, in theory, still a commoner, like he says. But... it's just painful to think it over anymore. Vote for So and let's end this era. That's to say, So fell for Keiji's trick. The location of the sacrifice or any other card. He didn't know the lick about the truth. If he'd stolen my tablet when he knocked me out, maybe he could have learned my card. But I kept it on me at all times just to avoid that. Kept it tucked beneath my clothes. So he didn't have a chance to do tomfoolery. He's got his tablet, huh? Okay, I'm not gonna check everything else because we have his tablet and be like, yes, you selected right. I'm not gonna go through everything because we got it right there. Kyutaro, you're saying you had your tablet on you at all times, yes? Yep, take a look, it's right there. When you woke up, where was it? On the table in the Last Supper room. On the table? I'd call that being off you. As I thought. That tablet Kyutaro has now is a spare. This tablet I picked up was lying near you when you passed out. What'd you say? I would assume that this is Kyutaro's original tablet. The question is, why was it lying on the floor? It's
because So took the tablet from Kyutaro. What? But they walked by Fingal Points. Sure, but while near him, you could bypass that by simply pressing the fainted Kyutaro's fingerprint to it. So he arrived at the outrageous truth. What do you mean by that? Depending on when So looked at the tablet, he might have seen through our entire strategy. What? Worst time for it would be the fourth trade. It's when Kyutaro had the Sage and I had the Keymaster. If he saw the tablet, he could use Kyutaro's Sage power and know that I was the Keymaster. So, has So just been acting fooled? Shoot, you got me. Or not. Wonder if I'm acting right now. Maybe I'm telling the truth. So! Not good. Now there's the possibility that So has the sacrifice. It's no good. We shouldn't vote for So Hiyori. Guess not. You can vote for Kana or Miss Now. Whichever you like.
Why you?
Ooh.
Well then, let's resume the discussion, guys. Discuss who it's safe to vote for. This little punk. Gotta find the one with the least chance of having the sacrifice.
So Hiyori must be avoided at all costs, for we didn't know what he's thinking.
But between Bakugo and Big Sis Now, is it really any different? Need a certain amount of tokens to trade the sacrifice from Sarah in the fifth trade. You consider the token count, you'll get your answer. Gotta find the one with leash. But I don't know the aim of the one who did the trade. What possibilities are there?
Between Bakugo and Big Sis Now, really a difference I can think of is the tokens. Bakugo had a Watt, and Big Sis Now only had a Whittle. What do we do now? Tokens.
Yeah. Yeah, because Now was on the podium with me and Reiko. Like Jin says, Now hardly had any tokens left. Surely she couldn't have been the one to take the sacrifice from Sarah. Then, is Now the one with the least likelihood?
But wait, please! This isn't right. Big Sis Now. Least likelihood? Are you going to kill me with such vague reasoning? Please have another discussion.
You're right. We can't end this discussion. You, what are you saying? Just remembered something. There was a way anyone could get tokens. Miss Sarah, you know it too, don't you? A way for anyone to get tokens? By stealing tokens from Reiko's body. I knew you could do it, because we tried to do that. Big Sis Now wouldn't do such a thing. But it's true. When I went to check the body, the tokens were already gone. And Now was closely inspecting the Room of Lies. Nah, it ain't just Now who could have done it. Couldn't any of us gotten those tokens? In other words, everyone has the potential to possess the sacrifice. It all ends with a game of trust. Then that last action is going to be key. What were each of us doing at the time of the fifth trade?
As in, just before the main game started?
Hope you can find the sacrifice.
Okay.
We have to determine based on So, Kana, and Now's actions at the time of the fifth trade.
I was sitting on the stairs, thinking back on everything that had happened.
I was on the laptop in the winner's room the whole time. Will you believe that?
Kana wasn't really doing anything, just wandering absent-mindedly.
Did anybody else see what those three were doing?
I was moving Rebel with Keiji Shinogi. I didn't see what those three were up to. I was searching all by myself to see if there were any other exits. Okay, but here's the thing though. We don't know where the sacrifice went. The only things we know, it's not Keiji. That's for sure. Everyone else had Commoner then, right?
So, was near a phone though. Remember he was. There was also a ring-up box in front of me. What do you think, Miss Sarah? Can't take So's claim seriously. Arrested for not a second while moving that debris. All I can prove is Keiji Shinogi's alibi. I didn't see those twee, saw we. Come to think of it, didn't he tell me you found something while searching? Yeah, there was a smartphone on the stairs. What? But it wouldn't make calls. It was useless for escape. The hope of escape had vanished. I couldn't even stand up. Everything I'm saying is true. Sarah, please save me. Friendly policeman was shoving aside Rebel. I don't know a thing. Kana, why aren't you speaking? Are you hiding something, Kana?
Huh?
Come to think of it, I feel like you were the only one I didn't see around then. Really, where were you?
I mean, I was looking for something I dropped.
Something she dropped? Kana, was it a smartphone you lost?
How did you know?
Sure enough. I bet it's the same smartphone I found in Kana's first trial room. Jin, tell me, where did you pick that up? So ways down the stairs. How clumsy. She must have dropped it while we were all climbing the stairs, surely. That's not it. Think back for me. When we were climbing the stairs, So and Kana were walking in front. If she dropped the phone then everyone should have noticed. Short, this was only dropped after we all climbed up to the exit. Kana dropped it while descending the stairs. What'd she descend for? Why did you try to hide this, Kana?
Because
Big Sis, there's a message on this phone. Right. That's what Kana's sister. Huh? It's a different message. Thank you, I love you, sister. Now it's Kana's turn to protect her big sister, because that's how Kana can... No. I'm hoping, because I know, like, Jin says big sis Sarah. I think Kana said Sarah's like a sister to her. No. Thank you, I love you, sister. Now it's Kana's turn to protect her big sister. Because that's how Kana can account. This...
please give that back.
Hold on. Did you write this, Kana? Kana's big sister's already dead. Could it be this sister in the messages? No way. Surely not. Is that right, Kana? Your sister here is me?
Yes. I know, it's strange. But to Kana, you're...
And so you wanted to save Sarah that much?
Yes.
Hey, Kana. Was it you who traded away Sarah's sacrifice? To avoid using the ring-up box in the winner's room. You returned to the 3rd floor to trade. Hey, you're talking like Kana's. Are you saying she took the sacrifice to protect Sarah? That's so... It's inconceivable. No, I don't want to conceive it. Deny it, Kana. What worthless reasoning. It's all a load of...
No, it's all correct.
You idiot, don't say anything.
Kana did the 5th trade. She won't hide the truth anymore.
Kana. Kana did it. She really did it? To protect me? She took the sacrifice for herself? This is just the worst outcome. Such foolishness. So, you got on at some point, didn't you? That's why you're trying to move the votes towards Kana. Shut up. Since there's no other way for Kana to survive,
Please wait. Will you listen carefully to what Kana has to say?
We're not done? What?
With the 5th trade, Kana switched her card and Sarah's card. When she knew escape wasn't possible anymore, she had no idea what to do. Then she looked at the phone. Seeing her sister's words calmed her heart, and she came to despise herself for not being able to do anything. This whole time, Kana just kept betraying. Her sister, the others, Sarah. She just had a feeling that So had sent the sacrifice to Sarah. Kana doesn't get the complicated trade talk. She can't even reason out who gave who what. Even so, she was certain of just one thing. 'Cause Sarah's so kind, she couldn't trade the sacrifice to anyone. Kana. She didn't want to let Sarah die. And also, she didn't want to make So a murderer. That seemed more painful than her own death. So she traded her commoner for Sarah's sacrifice.
Kana.
But the card she received was a commoner.
What? What's going on here, Kana?
Kana doesn't understand either. She's sure she traded cards with Sarah, but it wasn't the sacrifice.
Unthinkable. What is Kana saying?
It's all true. Please believe me.
At any rate, we have to talk about Kana's statement. What? Did a trade happen at the same time? I can't believe Bakugou. She's wanting to try and confuse us. Well, maybe Kana just messed up who she was trading with or something. Some unique situation that caused the roll to just disappear. Is that possible, I wonder? It's a machine error. Maybe the tablet broke when the trade went wrong. Don't tell me. I wonder if So hacked the roll cards themselves. I don't know what to believe. Can't see through to the truth of their hearts right now. So we might just have to find the objective truth. The truth? Okay, well... Ooh. Yeah, get it. Okay. So, like, this is what's wild. So it's like, then, I'm wondering if there was a double trade.
That might be an absurd opinion, but So was spending his remaining time messing with the laptop in the winner's room, right? I wonder, did he hack the card data then?
Is that even possible?
Because, I mean, there isn't anyone but So who could cause an irregularity, is there?
Someone who could cause an irregularity. Couldn't now? So is hardly saying anything. I can't read his thoughts. Maybe the influence of So's hacking extended the roll data or something. Some nice evidence would make that a whole lot more convincing. Too bad. I don't know how the ring-up boxes work, but if you're just saying names into the receiver, there could be mistakes. Yet my sacrifice definitely.
And yet my sacrifice definitely moved.
If it ain't Kana's mistake then. Maybe the floor master purposefully changed the destination? Something like that?
Gashu? Changed the trade?
Come to think of it. Wasn't Miley talking about some transgression of Gashu's just before the main game? These two sentences became different and are important, so... Yes!
There was a possibility. Something separate from So's hacking. And an irregularity that definitely occurred. The transgression by Floor Master Gashu. Huh? Excuse me? Remember what Miley said before the main game? Gashu, are you listening? You've really gone and mucked things up. You made a flagrant transgression, one that shakes the very core of the main game. And despite being such a huge transgression, it hasn't shown itself at all thus far. And now this illogical movement of the cards that's tormenting us? Could this very issue be Gashu's transgression?
We believe Kana. That's the only explanation.
So Uncle Quabstash manipulated the movement of the cards. But for the Floor Master, what would be the merit of doing that? Well, there's some merit. There was some merit. That's why Gashu pushed us through the argument.
I see. If his goal could be made clear, maybe we'd know. Who he moved the sacrifice to, that is.
Quite the off-mark inference. Is it alright for you to be using your time on this? Gashu. If you haven't engaged in misconduct, then promise us. I know the Floor Master's code. If we can expose your transgression, this main game will count. We demand a second attempt 24 hours later. You just know everything, don't you? As to be expected from a Sarah Chidori. Promise or no promise, I will simply carry out my duty as per the code.
Wah. You for real?
He said it. With 24 hours, we can even reattempt our escape. But are you certain? If you cannot prove it, you will only be losing time to spend on other reasoning. It's okay. This new possibility we've spun, this theory wasn't being directed at Gashu. So, please tell us the truth. The other possibility is that you did some sort of hacking to the roll cards, so if we know whether that claim is true or not, we can fight. So all combine forces to win an extension. Kana,
Yes?
you really don't have the sacrifice?
It's okay. Kana doesn't really have the sacrifice.
I see. I didn't access the roll cards. I didn't do any hacking to them. So, it's the truth, Miss Sarah. No lies, no tricks. Alright, let's quit deceiving each other. Let's work to expose Gashu's transgression. Just what I wanted to hear. This is a turning point in our destiny. A path we could never have reached if we were trapped by endless suspicion. The path of us all trusting each other and battling the kidnappers head on. Together, we'll expose Gashu's misdeed. Ooh. Gashu had something to gain from tampering with the trade. Perhaps he sent the sacrifice towards someone he wanted to kill.
Or else, you'd think there was someone who Gashu didn't want to die.
Was there an answer in the clues we have left?
There's a fundamental issue. Maybe the sacrifice wasn't actually sent to anybody.
I'm gonna save, just cause, like, I'm worried about the time, but I'm gonna do a separate save. Just in case this is like the Kyutaro and Jin thing, where you literally do have a certain amount of time to get through stuff. I wanna make sure.
So Gashu's transgression was making the sacrifice vanish. Seems unthinkable, sure, but it's just one possibility. There is something curious about the antagonism between Gashu and Miley.
Come on.
Out of all the evidence we've seen so far, is there anything related to this transgression?
Is there something like that? Can I look at my items? If there is, I should show it to Kana. If there isn't, I should tell her there isn't. Or else think there was some. Oh my god, what is my mouse doing? Person with a sacrifice is real likely to die. That's why Gashu meddled. Like, I don't want them to die, so I'll move my sacrifice to somebody else. Who's them here? It's obvious. Person who normally end up having the sacrifice. Ghana. It's out there, but maybe in reality, Gashu's an ally. Like he wanted this to be exposed, so he could put a stop to the main game. Is that too unthinkable? Perhaps he sent the sacrifice towards someone who he wanted to kill. Think about it. Gashu has plenty of reason to hold a grudge toward him. By formulating an escape plan, he trampled on his honor's floor master. You're talking about Sohayori. Okay. Is there an answer in the clues we have left? Can I look at this? Okay. I am like getting real thrown off right now by like this because I don't want to mess it up, but also I feel like if it's saying, oh, is there evidence to show? There should be evidence to show, but at the same time I feel like there isn't evidence. I wonder if I can just say there isn't. No, none of the evidence.
That's what I thought. We discussed all the evidence already. Unless there's some new evidence that hasn't come into discussion, I don't see any leads.
Some yet unused evidence? The only thing is the 4 papers. Okay, yeah, I was thinking maybe the 4 papers, but like I wouldn't know like necessarily what. The only clue that hasn't been used yet is this roster. It looks kind of familiar. It's just like the torn up paper I found on the first floor. Though, what use could this have? Why do you have that? Huh? Miley. Curse her. Handling internal documents to participants. Internal documents? Gashu, just what is this roster? Huh? What indeed? He cut to the fact I don't know what this means. You did good, Sarah. Huh? Gashu just made a slip of the tongue. You freaked him out. Whatever could you mean? Guy was a whole lot better at playing dumb, huh? What meaning could these papers have? I can't even guess, but there's value in solving this mystery. We ain't got the time. Let's thoroughly talk out anything suspicious about this roster.
There are floor-bound sheets and 4 names on each sheet.
Besides their names, there's a bunch of names I've never even heard.
Huh? This roster doesn't seem to be sorted by name.
Hold on a sec. There are participants whose names aren't on this, huh? Awasta? It's reminded me of something. If you take a closer look at the roster, Tell Mr. Policeman and we'll look at it together. Let's check it out together, Sarah. So there's me. I'm at 15.5. Obviously, Nonamichi, KG, we've seen. Kyutaro, we've seen. Shitsuki Hisaka, haven't seen her. Anzu Kanashi, I don't think so. Reiko Yabusame, yes. Mai Saguri, no. Alice Yabusame, yes. Ranmaru Kageyama, no. Megumi Sasahara Detective, we saw her die. Kazumi Mishima, he died. Kanakazuchi, she's here. Jinabushi, he's here. Hinako Mishuku, not here. Shin Tsukimi. Yeah. Yufershi? Oh. Okay.
Who had made this roster, I wonder?
Probably Miley. It's what Gashu's reaction seemed to indicate, too.
Is there no follow-up to those sheets?
Follow-up? No, there was nothing else.
Is that so? Sorry.
Kurumada, Hayasaka, Kinashi, Tsurugi, tons of other peeps I don't know. Those people who died in the first trial before they could meet us.
That might be it.
How many people these kidnappers gotta kill till they're satisfied? Nah, now's not the time to get emotional.
Hold on a sec. There are participants whose names aren't on this, huh? Joe isn't on this either. What are you trying to say? Sorry, no ill will, man. Just laying out the facts to reason from. Vince, counting them now, there are 4 participants whose names weren't listed here. 4 of us? Huh? Look at this. The names are just sorted by percentage. Ah, how creepy. What sort of statistic are the numbers supposed to represent? These numbers definitely stick out as odd. Might they hold the key to solving this? Owasso is reminding me of something. Owasso. Ah, I remembered it. The bar on the first floor. So there's the names on the blackboard. Now that you mention it, there's a roster too, but I couldn't possibly recall everyone's name. I memorized it. Huh? Cantwink was Awis, Kai, Kazumi, Keiji, Shinsuke, So, Naomichi, Mai, Megumi, Waco, Kutaro. Cantwink was Anzu, Kana, Jin, Kugi, Sewa, Joe, Now, Hinako, Ranmaru. That's amazing, Jin. Easier than one of the prefectures of Japan. By the way, Big Sister, your Wasa, it's missing the names Kai, So, Kuji, Joe, and Now. This is important information. Was that useful now? Wait. Okay. 5 names missing. Yes. Do it here. Yes. Yes. So, what did you just say? Huh? There are 4 people's names missing. Kai, So, Kugi, Joe, and Now aren't listed, so... Huh? That's 5! Huh. Guess I rushed and miscounted. Sorry.
Sarah, this ain't the time to be poking at little mistakes like that, alright?
No, that mistake wasn't just a trivial issue. Why did So get it wrong? That's what's important. Gashu, tell us how many participants were dragged into this death game. That would be 20. There are 16 listed on the roster.
If we add the unlisted 5, doesn't that come to 21 people?
One too many.
What's that mean? There were exactly 20 names on the backboard. Well then, let's compare the names on the paper roster with those on the blackboard. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
not listed are Kai, So, Kugi, Joe, and Now. Let's remove those 5. On the first sheet, all 4 names are present. The second sheet, similarly, all 4 names are here. The third sheet, this one too. On the fourth sheet, huh? Shin Tsukimi? That's the only person not on the backboard. We've derived a 21st person. What's going on? Just who is this person? Who is Shin Tsukimi? Is it one of us? Okay, let's calm down. What does that mean exactly? An alias? Someone is using an alias. See. Shin Tsukimi is one of us. And they wrote their alias on the blackboard.
No way.
Interesting if we follow that logic. Shin Tsukimi has already been identified.
What'd you say?
Sarah, let's work this out. If all the names on the paper roster are real, someone's whose real name hasn't been revealed. It's one of the people not on the paper roster. Kai, So, Kugi, Joe, or Now. Right, you are. Alright. Alright. Hey, alright. Let's discuss those 5 names.
It's my real name. Professor Mishima always called me Miss Now, remember?
I'm using my real name too. It's written there at the prize exchange, right?
Kuki is the name of Kana's sister.
Big Bo Joe was using a fake name Big Cicero would figure out right away. Guy's name was on his laptop, based on the email logs. Should be his real name. Want to check the roster, tell Mr. Policeman anytime. It's a real name, of course.
It's a real name, of course. I would never forget my precious sister's name.
Please believe me, Sarah. I do really doubt it's an alias. Big Sis Sarah, is Big Bro Joe his real name? Of course it is. Good. Oh shit, no. There we go. I didn't know it was gonna flash, but it flashed because of... What's the matter, KG? Oh, just impressed by how calmly he could lie. Lie? Sarah, recall the prize exchange. The prize exchange? Huh. Remember, there are photos, but no names anywhere. Ah, was that right? I must have had it wrong. So, what exactly are you afraid of? Afraid? So is... Said you'd tell the truth, right? To defeat Gashu together. We're your allies. Try trusting us, so. No? Shin Tsukimi. So is Shin Tsukimi? I want to trust you all too. But I... So, he's trying to say something. That case, I'll draw it out. Magical heart-clicking powers. Activate. Go! The magical heart-clicking powers are hurting my eyes. We did it. So, this is the moment to reveal your true self. My real name is Shin Tsukimi. I'll tell you everything, even the secret of that roster. You know about it? Yeah. Because that's exactly the same as what I caught in my first trial. What do you say? Tell us, what the heck does this thing mean? It's the
victory rates for the participants in the death game. There's the weird percentages on the left, right? Those are everyone's chances of surviving the death game to the end. Their odds of winning. Foolishness. How would they know such a thing? Because they tested it with the AIs. They used the AIs of us to run tests. Right. When they ran simulations of innumerable death games, all done entirely digitally. Explained at horrible length to me how accurate the data was. And I saw my own percentage. 0. Certain death. Absolutely can't survive this death game. That's why I had to abandon myself. I don't want to die. I can't stop shaking. I'm gonna be killed. Everyone will vote for me and kill me. I don't want that. Hey. Hi. A shadow illuminated by light spoke to me. Just a random question. Do you know what a majority vote is? He talked to me and cornered me. Okay then. Let's go. Gah. It hurts. Stop. Strength in numbers. You're a helpless sheep who will be eaten by the strong. If you don't want to die, you change. I threw Shin Tsukimi away. So, why assume the name Sohiyori? Was he an acquaintance? I wonder. Dear me, what a heart-wrenching tale. But time has expired, everyone.
We're out of time? Sorry. It's nearly time for voting.
Hold on a second, our discussion.
Did you make any progress? It's all unrelated to my transgression. Revealing the truth of the roster. Did that make any progress? That's Chinsumuki. Tsukimi. Have you any more info on this roster? If I did, I wouldn't hide it now. Sarah. Is there any other evidence that proves his transgression? Evidence of his transgression? There isn't? If that existed, it'd be long since presented. Is it hopeless? Maybe there's nothing else we can do. Are you giving up, Sarah? I rewrote the blackboard, and also I destroyed my own monitor in the monitor room. I told you everything just like I swore, so please save me. Win us an extension, please. I feel it. So is trust in me. A real bond. Of course I will, so. Sarah.
It's our last chance.
Let's think like mad about anything connected to this transgression. We'll all think about it and win. No swacking, Wona. Yeah, I know.
Guys, the discussion's definitely progressing. We unraveled the mystery of this roster. Let's trust that the answer to this transgression lies beyond that answer. This is your final discussion. Use it meaningfully.
Got it? The roster lists the chances of survival for the participants of the death game. Said they determined these chances of victory by running simulations with AI, right?
Is there something about these sheets we're still overlooking?
Indeed, the most unusual aspect fact there are only 16 names here.
So is an alias. That means there's actually 4 not listed, right?
Kai, Kuji, Joe, and Now are the 4 not on the roster.
Kinda curious how Sarah's chances of victory are the highest, huh? I'm gonna save again. Just in case. You know. Let's check it together.
Damn it! I don't care! Our AI cells must have killed each other over and over to produce this data, and then been reset to do it all over again. Could that monitor room have been the place they did the test runs? Wait, they're AIs, so they'd only have to fight digitally. True, no reason they would have needed to assemble in that room. Come to think of it, I heard heard there was something unique about the AIs in the monitor room. That they were all the candidates who survived the first trial. All the candidates. Wait. But there were like only 10. Or do they mean like the first? So does that mean there's like a chance that like some people just didn't survive the first trial? Or were some of them still broken? Since we wouldn't have known as well named, there's no question it's useful, but I don't know what they have in common. There's a mix of living people and not living people, and someone we never met. There must be something in common. Shinsu Kimi there stated that this roster shows rather accurate chances of victory. But what about the chances for the 4 who aren't listed? Don't you think their actions could it even affect the odds for the 16? It's for the reason they're not listed. I don't want to think, but perhaps those 4 are dolls or something? Dolls? Yeah, because Joe survived the first trial. Kugi?
We established the chances of victory in everyone's real names, but for instance, we haven't touched on them, so maybe there's something odd about the occupations.
Occupations.
Can't think of any common points between these 4, but maybe we could figure out something common between those 16 who are on the roster.
What these 16s have in common. Even I wasn't told any more details than that. I just get a whole lecture on how exact and unmistakable their data was. Can you recall anything else at all? Well... what is it? Now that I think about it, they might have used the words candidates, not participants. Well, not that there's a difference between participants and candidates, is there? There's a chance that kidnappers were using those terms distinctly then, maybe? Participants and candidates. Okay, there's a lot of stuff. Non-living people and someone we haven't touched on them yet, so maybe there's something odd about the occupations on the roster. What do the 16 have in common? What do the 16 have in common? Because why would they not give... If there were truly 20... why would they not give us, like, that's something that I think is weird, like, how Joe did show up. Because, like, he didn't walk into it, like, because he walked home, I think, or something, right? I can't remember, it's been so long since the beginning. But, like, if we're to believe and look at this, and think about who's not listed on here, are they people who weren't actually participating? Because, like, if we look at it, Sarah, Keiji, Futaro, Reiko, Alice, Kana, Jin, and Shin. Did I skip someone? I feel like I might have. But then there's like Kai isn't here. And neither is Joe. Right? Like everything feels weird. I don't know. I want to do this because I feel like... Okay, well, I thought it would work.
We're not listed or a mix of living people. No, we know that. I don't know, Kana. I'm struggling here. Like, this is... Is it this? I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm at this point. At this point, I don't know. Well. Died. I don't know. I just literally couldn't do it. It's no good. I can't think anymore. Even I could die. And yet the discussion continues. Yep. I literally just couldn't, like, I don't know what I was missing. And it was annoying. Because, like, Kai, Kugi, Joe, and Now. Those are the 4 not on the roster. So, like... Oh, what? I don't know. Okay, the ones that survive the AI. So we have... It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. Oh, but let's not count me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. True, no reason they would have needed to assemble in that room. All the candidates who survived the first. I'm just extracting all the information again. Like, the occupations, and this stuff. Okay. Okay, I'm saving here just because of the discrepancies between it, but like, I don't... I don't know what we do here, because like, I feel like I could just try and extract until the game tells me no, but like, we don't even need this anymore. But like, I honestly don't know who would conflict with what, and if it needs to be conflicting. That's what it was? Hang on. What's this about candidates? Are participants and candidates really the same? The participants, those are the 20 people who were brought into this death game. Then what are the candidates the floor master spoke of? Those left in the final vote or those qualified to win? Aren't the people who advance to the final vote candidates? No. Sure, we choose candidates for who will become a victim, This is something different. Those qualified to win. It's those with the qualifications. They're right. It's those with the qualifications. They're right. Those who fulfill the conditions to be the ultimate winners. And with that in mind, if Gashu, who swears loyalty to the organization, were to make a transgression, he tried to kill a non-candidate? What if there's one of us who didn't have the right to victory? A non-candidate. Gashu would try and kill them. That's why he tampered with the sacrifice. I should know it now. Who here is not a candidate? Please select the non-candidate. It's gotta be now, right? Because, like, I don't think she had a computer screen. She was not one of the people listed. And out of everyone else here, I think everyone else is listed. The only other person that wasn't listed was Joe. That's the only thing I can think of. Now,
Yes?
you have the sacrifice, don't you?
Huh?
This roster lists the names of the candidates, those who are qualified for victory. Even Shin Tsukimi with a 0% chance to actually win is listed. But now, out of us survivors, your name is the only one missing. And in the monitor room too, there was no AI of you. No, there didn't exist a now AI to begin with. Because you were an outsider who didn't meet the qualifications to be a candidate. So Gashu tried to kill you. He sent the sacrifice with its high risk of death to now. This was your transgression, Gashu. Ah, ah, fantastic, simply well done, Miss Sarah. All your carpentry, your daughter got. Yes, indeed, you are the chosen one. It's over. All the energy's leaving me. Our long, long discussion. At the end, we earned it. Victory. A moment's survival. I'm sorry, everyone. I kept quiet about the sacrifice the whole time. When I thought about what would happen if it weren't able to expose him, I just couldn't say it. It's entirely reasonable. I might have done the same thing in your situation. I'm sorry. Please stop it. All the fault lies with Gashu. Answer me, Gashu. Candidates. This death game. What's all of it mean? I will say but one thing. Everyone, have you ever harbored doubts about your upbringing?
Huh?
That is my first and last hint for you. Last? Miss Sarah Chidoin, you have overlooked something important about the Floor Master's Code. But the code? It's written clearly. 4. There's misconduct during the main game. It either proceeds with the transgressor's death, or it must be retried 24 hours later. Huh? And I promised you that I would fulfill my duty as per the code. If I take responsibility on my life, then the main game shall continue. You're kidding, stop! Everyone, please earn victory. No way, this is foolish suicide?
No, no.
This is impossible, it should be over. Why this? He's going to do this from the start. Why? For just a day's extension, we hung on stubbornly to put our lives on the line, and yet Gashu casually threw away his life? He easily shot down our hope. Who could be capable of such a thing? He's a demon. A demon!
This shouldn't have.
Zaphalin, please, it's an emergency, right? Suspend the main game.
I can't do that. I can only act as a substitute. No, you're really going to continue? This is All within the rules. If I refuse, everyone will die.
This isn't right. This isn't right at all. I'm begging you, it doesn't have to be 24 hours. At least let us retry.
I'm sorry.
I'll do anything, anything. Just please.
I'm sorry. Ah.
Now is the sacrifice. No one will vote for her. And we need to choose two. One of the commoners. So or Kana. Now's the sacrifice. I'm the Keymaster. We could only vote for So or Kana. Guess it's clear who you'll vote for. Oh. I'm tired. As much as I contribute, everyone's going to choose me, right?
Everyone? Won't you vote for Kana? Please, someone save me.
Huh? What are you?
Please, vote for Kana.
What are you saying, Kana?
I'm sure you understand. Between So and Kana, which of us isn't necessary? Kana already intended to die from the moment she tried to trade Sarah's sacrifice.
Kana.
Please, it's the only thing Kana can do. In exchange, I want you to believe in So. Because he's really not a bad person.
Why can't I say anything? Kana's throwing her life away to protect So. Am I just going to watch in silence? Kana. Don't be ridiculous, Kana.
So.
Self-sacrifice? That's worthless. You really are a kid, Kana. A thoughtless kid with a backwards notion that if she dies, it'll solve everything.
My feelings won't change.
Be quiet, Kana. Guys, we have our conclusion. Hurry up and vote. Sarah, you hated me deep down, right? Aren't I awful? You won't get another chance like this. So,
Kana doesn't have any wisdom and can't even hack.
told you to shut up, Kana.
Please, remember the first main game. We all chose Kai as the victim. For our survival, we didn't choose by feelings or logic. But wasn't that a mistake? Real failure is wavering. Not trusting your beliefs is weakness.
Stop it.
This time, the right thing to do is choose logic, so that you can escape together. You should choose Kana.
Just stop it. Ooh. 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 Ooh.
It's time to vote. I cannot wait any longer. Touch your voting tablets or everyone will die.
Got it. Mr. Policeman. Just voted for Kana. Keiichi.
Thank you very much.
This ain't a joke. I'm ashamed of you, Keiichi. Sacrificing a kid for the sake of adults? It's a demonic choice you just can't make. I'm voting for So.
Alice, you chose Kana, right?
I can't choose anyone's little sister. Tsukimi, I'm voting for you.
Fine by me. Now if we just vote ourselves, that's 3-2. Jen, it should be an easy choice for you too, right? I do hate Dewona, but it's not like I want him to die. Dumbass, if you don't choose me, I'll use you next and get you killed. You don't have to take responsibility, Jen. Big Sis Sewa, if you vote for Kana, it'll be tied 3-3. Your vote won't cause anyone to die. But then, Big Cicela, your vote will. It's okay, Jin. I'll take responsibility. I voted for Bucket Girl. Now it's just me. My vote will decide everything. It'll decide it all. We did it, Sarah. Now, do you remember the conditions for the sacrifice to win? Sacrifice wins, even if it's a tie for first. Now So has 3 votes, Kana has 3 votes, and as the sacrifice I can vote for myself twice. If you vote for me, that's 3 votes for everyone. I can win by a tie for first. Say what? Let's return home together, Sarah. Big Cicela, you won't do that, right? Please select who to vote for. I feel like realistically... Now, I'm going to say this. Could one say that there would be four different endings? Because see, it's tied. It's tied right now. 3 on Kana, 3 on So. Now, easily, 1, we choose Kana. 2, we chose So. 3, we do what Now says, vote for her. Game ends that way. But, 4th one, we vote for Keiji. Kana and So might both die because they tied, because I forget the rules, and I wish I could save, because I think this is the part where maybe some weird shit happens. Because if we had Reiko here, I don't think a tie would be in question. Unless someone else would die. So I'm trying to be like, what if we do... I want to save, and maybe... I don't know. I'll see. I'm not doing that. Here's the thing. I don't feel... I'm not going to vote for Now. I'm not going to go for Now. Because, like, that's a dick move. That's a dick move. We'll look at that later, if it's a possibility. With Keiji, though, I don't want to do that either, because that's also a dick move. Another thing to save for later. The real thing is choosing between Kana and So. Now, I don't like So, but Kana is right in that he has more skills than Kana does. And the only other possible person that might know something is Now, but, like, she's dying anyway. So then, but then, if we kill So, like, it feels bad killing Kana. She's just a kid. And I don't like it. But, I don't know. I think what I am gonna do, I am gonna vote for Kana. Because it's one of those things where I'm like, she's asking to do it. She was willing to do it before. And I know So's gonna be pissed about it, but like, it's one of those things where she was gonna do it before. We wouldn't have any control over it anyways. I think she's already placated it in her mind, but in a more honorable way, unlike last game. All votes have been received. Displaying results.
Thank you, Sarah.
Why? Why didn't you choose me? I'll never forgive you, Sarah.
Sarah, before I go, could you give me a hug?
Yeah.
You're warm. Well then, I'll announce the results. The Keymaster was Seiji Shinogi. The stage was Kyutaro Burgerberg. And the sacrifice was now Ekogori. I see. So this is your answer, Sarah. Now, strange. I couldn't stop shaking from fear. But the moment you decided, it stopped. I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't have to betray you at all.
Or did it say you all? You all.
Now.
Oh, I forgot to mention the second card trade was by me. I traded away the sacrifice card by using the tokens Reiko had on her.
So Reiko protected you once now. You're a close friend to Reiko. There's no question of that.
Thank you very much. I wonder if I'll meet Reiko and the professor over there. I wanted to finish that painting. Well then, it's time for the execution. Wait! Miss Sarah, take this. It's an instant death switch. Unless you want her suffering to be long, you just have to press it. Begin. I don't want to die, just push it.
Oh, she's... Yeah, but I don't know if that actually helped or not. Now expired.
Professor, I'm sorry. The present I was going to give you, I still couldn't finish it.
That's all right. You have plenty of time now.
Paint to your heart's content now.
Yes. I couldn't push the button. To the very end, now it said she didn't want to die. There was no way I could push it. Once again, I couldn't protect them.
Wait, so what was the point of me pushing the button? Did I not? Was I not? I don't get it. Fuck you.
They died again. Ugh. The next is Kana. Wait! Stop it already, please, Saflin.
Don't move. Whoa, he's got a gun.
That's Gashu's.
Come near Kana, I'll shoot.
It's futile. Kana's execution won't be changing.
Why? Ain't you different from Gashu and Miley? You carried out her execution with such a pained look. You don't really want this, do ya?
You don't understand, do you? I've always been your enemy, you see? I'm coming closer.
Whoa! The gun let out a click.
It was empty, I see.
Damn you.
It's fine now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sarah.
Kana.
Please take care of So. Everyone get along together. Activating collar device. The human flower.
What the fuck?
My neck hurts. Just now, human flower seeds were injected by your necklace through your body.
Stop, Safalin. What are you doing?
Please be at ease. She won't suffer like Miss now. Roots will spread through her body, and feeling a comforting numbness, she'll die beautifully. Now they will bloom.
What the fuck? Oh, she won't die like now. I don't care if she's going numb.
No.
Like, this is... That's terrifying. Oh, yeah. We're just gonna plant seeds in your body that they're going to spread and bloom out and kill you. Kinda expired. What the fuck?
This is how the chosen one meets her end. So long as the flowers don't wilt, her body will always be preserved beautifully. Kana. I'm sorry, Kana. You needed so to escape. I chose logic. The worst possible choice. I'll kill you. Worthless. It's all worthless. The floor masters, Sarah, every one of the riffraff. I'll kill every one of you who killed Kana. That's right. First will be Sarah.
Ooh.
Wonder where So is. Search around, my mind dazed. Couldn't save now or Kana. I don't care. I don't want to look at that reality anymore. For now, I'll look for So. Feet move as if it was guided by something. Some sort of premonition is calling me. I'm just gonna... Oh, I can't save. Cool. Screen is glowing. I wonder what that is. I glaze at the screen absent-mindedly.
Yo, Sarah!
I agree, it is freaking Quasi. Huh? Is this some kind of joke again? There was a familiar face. The face of my best friend who I always saw at school. Joe? Inconceivable. It's another hallucination. I've finally broken down. Because there shouldn't be an AI of Joe. That doesn't matter to me right now. Joe? Is that you, Joe?
Yep. So it looks like you've been well. You murderer?
Huh?
I should have understood this. This was a hallucination. A false Joe I created. But wait, I shouldn't respond to it.
Let me hear it. Who'd you kill this time?
You're wrong. I didn't kill. Gotta ignore it.
You voted. Didn't you? Sacrifice someone weaker than you to survive.
No, that's wrong, Joe. I mean, this isn't Joe.
Sarah, you've really changed.
I can't breathe. I'm being killed by my hallucinations. What's your excuse this time, Sarah? You aren't Joe. Don't show yourself to me, please. Just give me a break. Forgive me.
Can't do that, Sarah. You know how much I suffered?
I'll show you once more.
Huh?
A hellish sight. The last thing I want to remember Joe's end.
Yeah!
Sarah. Are you okay, Sarah? Keiichi. Big Sis Sarah, you came too. I passed out in the room of rubble. In front of that video.
It's an AI of Joe Tazuna. Why in the world was that there?
It's a fake Joe somebody set up out of malice. Sarah, don't worry about anything it said. What are they talking about? Keiichi? Who is Joe? What? What? The fuck does that mean? The fuck do they mean? Oh, who is Joe? With So alive and Kana dead. Okay.
Hey there, can you hear me?
Yes? Good, glad you responded. I'd like to know soon about the death game you were involved in. Not anything too difficult, is it? I'm begging you. Thanks. Oh, do we need a recap? A normal high school girl, Sarah Chidoe, and her best friend, Joe Tazuna, Joe. One day, they were pulled into a cruel death game. Rather than submit to fear, they chose to cooperate with the other participants. But alas, high school teacher Kazumi Mishima became the first victim. There was no stopping that they would kill each other. After a cruel majority vote, homemaker Kai Sato died. And Sarah's best friend Joe died as well, unable to defy his fate. Sarah became tormented by hallucinations. As her heart crumbled, the peril only continued. Now a question. Which of these two died? Aha! So Alice could have been the one that died, and Reiko would have been alive, and then the whole thing would have been the same in the end anyway. Wait. So it's letting me choose? I mean, obviously Reiko died. Yes. Exactly. The next victim was singer-songwriter Reiko Yabusame. And desperately, as they tried to escape the grass, their enemies gave their lives to stop it. When the main game occurred once more, art student Nao Ego Koro died. And then another question. This makes me feel like if someone just decided to, like, choose a chapter. Okay, so even if I voted for one of the other two, it may not have actually done anything. But also, I feel like, here's the thing, I feel like it's not a recap quiz. I feel like it's one of those things, like when you play a Telltale game, and they're, like, connected, like the Walking Dead ones. If you play the second one, it'll be like, oh, we don't have your data, so just quick questions. Did you play it? Oh, you did? What choices did you make? I feel like this is the same thing, where, like, now, if I'd saved it before, I would click on so to test this, but I don't want to. Like, because I feel like I could say yes, and it's not going to do anything, right? But I don't want to do that, because we need the authenticity. Good, so you remember it well. The next victim was middle schooler Kana Kizuchi. And so Hiyori, who failed to protect Kana, was left with a strong hatred of Sarah. Due to a malicious Joe AI, Sarah forgot that Joe even existed. The death game is not over yet. 6 remain. So I feel like then, like, if we chose, like, the so thing, like, I feel like, I wonder what that is. I feel like I've forgotten something. Something very important. And I feel like, okay, now this is telling me that there are different things. Because then we get here, I think the difference of getting here with Alice versus, Reiko is different. Hey, Keiji, tell me what it is. It's okay, you're all normal. Really? You're just exhausted. You ought to take a rest. No, my head feels pretty clear. Then what is there to worry about? But remember everything that happened here. Now in Kana, everyone had to be sacrificed. Oh, wait, just what am I forgetting? Just what am I forgetting? And just don't sit around and think about it. Let's move, so that nobody has to die. Right. Everyone, this floor will be closed off soon. If you don't go to the next floor within about 5 minutes, your collars will activate. Understood. Pardon me. That ain't good. Guess we better move it quick, eh? There's no need to wait for that, man. But what if we left him and he died? Seems unthinkable to me. What are my voices doing? Don't you suppose he's gone on ahead instead? Wonder where on earth he went. Maybe he doesn't want to see us anymore. Got it. I'll look for him, so you guys just wait. Quit it, you. You make it sound like we're being selfish. So noisy. What's gotten into you guys? So, cutting it awfully close, huh? Try greeting me with a smile next time. We're allies, aren't we? Like I can be all smiles right now. Huh? But I'm smiling. See? Just stop it. The one you were trying to protect, we just went and... What would that be? What would that be? Oh, you mean Kana? It's too bad. The May game Kana even went and got the sacrifice. Alas, she didn't get the chance to choose me and have us escape together. Couldn't use her after all. A shame. What's so funny? How pitiful. If ever there was a world where that happened, Kana wouldn't pick you. She'd pick Sarah. Did you really think she'd pick you? Shut up, Keiji. I know that. Of course I know that. You just wanted to laugh at me, because I'm fated to die no matter what. Well, go ahead and laugh. Quit with the lies, so. Put your life on the line to protect Kana. You're ready to throw your own life away. Those weren't rational actions. They were your heart screaming out. Get out of here. Perfect. We obstructed it. You must hate us to death. Regardless, we have to cooperate. That's what Kana wanted us to do.
This is going nowhere. Enough. Let's hurry to the next floor.
So,
Sure are strange, Keiji. During the discussion, I could have sworn you wanted me to die so bad.
well, it's different now.
I don't understand him, this man. So? They're just desperate. I'm sure of it. Very well. Suppose we're desperate ourselves. Now to the next floor so we don't die.
Okay. Well, I'm going to save here because this is a pretty long session. Okay, based off everything that happened, I don't want to save over that one just because it's closer to the end, and if I feel like going back through and like doing this specific instance again and having So die, then we have that there for later, versus having to figure out a way to get all the way back there after a long ass time doing the same things all over again. But anyway, wow. What do you think? We made it through the whole trial. And I'm getting too many save files now that I know there are multiple paths and endings. But even then, I feel like getting to the end and just lying about everything, I could do that. Be like, oh, we saved Reiko. But, like, we actually need to save Reiko. I need to, like, see what that looks like and get the achievement. Anyway. Thank you for anyone who joined and watched. Thank you for anyone who watches later. Or watch. And by that, like, on YouTube's. But that is all. I'm gonna go do something else. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be something. So, good night, good morning, and goodbye.